Welcome, and thank you for joining for another whiskey review. Today, going back to one of our favorite annual bottlings, Dustin, the Laphroaig 25 year. This time, 2021.
There you go.
In the year they had a lot of challenges, Dustin. Laphroaig was able to give us this all bourbon.
They started doing that a little more often. It seems to be they've discovered that maybe it works.
First time since 2018 we went all bourbon.
That was the first time ever, right?
Not sure. This one comes in at a hefty 51.9. Like all the bourbons, it's a little bit high as far as an ABV. So we were big fans of the 18. I believe the 18 is one of your favorite all-time Laphroaig 25s.
Absolutely. That one is absolute, just beautiful. The viscosity, the oiliness.
And Dustin, not only do we have whiskey straight from the Laphroaig distillery on Isla, we have glasses from my membership at Friends of Laphroaig. Well, at least I ordered them from there.
The only free Glencairn that Mike owns that actually costs more than all of his other Glencairns because
of shipping.
He had to ship it.
Yes, it's still strange to me how I can get bottles from the other side of the world for a measly $28, but if I want some glasses, all of a sudden that will be more. Sorry for another time, Dustin. As always with these Laphroaig 25s, Dustin and I always thought they were one of your best bang for your buck whiskeys. This made a top of our list of our top 500. Top 5 whiskeys under $500, which almost none are under $500 now. But this one I was still able to get, Dustin, for a relatively reasonable amount of $465 shipped a while back.
This one is still barely available under $500.
Yes, but still met that mark for me.
Not in the States now, unfortunately.
Not in the States. No, not here in Columbus. Here in Columbus, they're $750 plus tax.
Yeah, I think I've seen them for as low as $650. So there's your choices.
There it is.
Oh, but yes, and again, plus tax.
All right. We love this whiskey. One of our favorites annual releases, period, especially for the money. If you're a fan of the channel, been on a few times, I think we've brought you the 16, 17, 18, and 19. Missed 20.
Yeah, we that one was surprisingly hard to find. It's one that maybe, I know there's a few out there, but for some reason that one passed.
All right, Dustin. It doesn't come off as complex as the 2018 or as deep or rich as far as the notes. That one's 52%. This one's 51.9. Obviously not much of a difference there.
I think what I'm picking up initially was a bit of a medicinal sweetness that then transitions into a very sweet lemon.
Sure.
Like candied, not sour, not bitter.
Nice lemon.
And then like a sour lime is in the background that has been smoked to hell. And that's kind of the two elements here with a little bit of soap coming in here and a little bit of diesel gas.
A little bit of soap, yeah.
Just a hint of diesel gas as well.
A little bit of clean soap note.
Yeah. Some light smoke and mint.
Yeah, and that nice, you're right, nice light lime, smoky Laphroaig.
Yeah.
Cold ash.
Yeah.
Cigarette that went out last night.
Yeah, this is coming off. It's not thin or lacking, but it is a little less aromatic than you would expect from the 25 series. The ones that use sherry are always really, come really bold off the nose. That 2018, it was a little more reserved than some of those sherry cask ones, but it still was. It was bigger, bolder, and it did more. This is very straightforward, sweet. The lemon, the lime, and then in the background there's just complex peat, but there's not enough peat really.
Yeah, it's a lesser version of the 18. This to me is lesser than the 18 version, as the same way the 2016 is a lesser version of the 2017.
Yeah, we should say we were talking the 2018, not the 18-year-old. Which
we're
many people might kind of jump to.
Yeah, sorry, we're talking clearly 25-year-old Laphroaig.
Yeah.
Throughout the last 5 or 6 years. And now, a little bit more of that citrus sweetness is coming up. Yeah. But yeah, more subdued.
And I'm starting to get a little bit of oak. I mean, again, it's going to open up. It's going to uncoil a little bit in the glass, as we know these do. I mean, generally when we pour these, we probably give it 25 to 50 minutes to nose.
Yeah, but we've had this a couple times now.
Yeah, this is not our first go-around, and
I wasn't overly impressed with it compared to the other 25s at any given time.
Yeah, and I got to say, it's still excellent. It's still beautiful. It's still a whiskey I want to own.
Yes. Especially for the price point. It's still a $500 whiskey. Having said that, it is still a lesser version of the 25s we've had on the nose.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, it's it is. It's got the classic Laphroaig. Where I think the one thing I'm noticing on this is we've often talked about how, the idea that older whiskey loses the peat characteristic is not a fact. It's not consistently true. This one is starting to make me think, if this is your first 25-year-old peated whiskey, your first thought is, it lost its peat.
Yeah, the peat level almost to me reminds me of the new Talisker 25, the 45-7. It's just not out there. But I tell you what, as soon as you take a drink, they got aggressive, quick, banging, big, bold flavors. It took it far more. Now I see the difference. It's far more citrusy, lemon lime on the palate, and smoky ash than the 18. The 18 did viscosity different, did the wood a little bit stronger. This is a little more spirit driven compared to the 2018, and the flavors that I'm picking up in it are different, but still really, really nice. Finish, lovely, good wood smoke, and then that lemon lime just is there with you the whole time.
Yeah, the lemon lime is just beautiful when it's hit by the smoke. But for me, on the palate, it's 90% lime, 10% lemon.
Sure.
This one is really
That
kind of
part
more
of it.
lime forward. What this is lacking is it doesn't have that waxiness the 18 had. The 18 is a little waxier on the palate. But this
2018,
is
yeah.
beautiful, spicy, peat, smoke, bold. This is refined, it's complex. I mean, wood notes and the smoke notes are just playing beautifully here, Mike.
I mean, dude, it's just you got a campfire going and you're cooking like lime and maybe like some type of steak or something very plain meat on top.
Yeah, and just excellent whiskey. It has the refinement that somebody who is buying a 25-year-old whiskey expects, while also bringing enough punch and oomph for somebody who's interested in cask strength, and that kind of balances between the two.
Yeah, you're not getting cask strength on the nose, but you're absolutely getting it on the palate.
Oh yeah.
And I put in a couple drops ahead of time. I'm not picking up a whole lot more on the nose. It's the same flavors. They're moved around a little bit, maybe in stacking order, but consistent.
Yeah, I'm starting to pick up a little more. It's kind of coming together more for me.
Maybe almost.
Well, definitely, it's coming together more. It's giving me a little bit better middle of the, like, up front, middle, finish on the nose. The middle area's gotten a lot more dense, a little more chewy.
So I'm just going to do an ashy smoked peach now, like peach skin and ash.
There's definitely some more rich, fleshier fruits.
Maybe a twinge of pepper.
And there's definitely been some pepper in here. I don't know if I'm getting peach, but I'm definitely getting some red fruit.
It's not like a Lagavulin peach, but it's a dry peach. So it's that peach skin. I mean, a great whiskey. I mean, it's a great whiskey. It's just when our opinion of Laphroaig 25s are...
It's high.
Right.
Mint, spice. A
Mint.
little more spearmint came out here in the finish. I mean, just absolutely beautiful whiskey. Beautiful whiskey. I mean, this is one of those where I don't want to say Laphroaig has lost their way and they're starting to decline. Not the case here. This is just a different take on the 25-year.
Yeah. I don't think worst cast is just different.
Yeah, I mean, they've created a different expression. They don't want every expression to be the same. That's why people like us keep buying them.
Twice different every year.
Yeah. Otherwise, you just buy 10 of one. You buy a couple cases at one point, and you're like, all right, I'm done for years.
Yeah, this is comparable to kind of the 2019 with me, which 2019 had sherry in it. 2019 is kind of middle of the road sherry release. It's kind of middle of the road bourbon release. I mean, it didn't do anything that wowed me, but it's still an excellent whiskey.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where you're at, but as far as the whiskey scores, I'd probably rate this as low as I've rated any Laphroaig 25, but I'm an 89.
Yeah, so I'm right there, 89, 90 range, and I'm still going to just go ahead and say 90, but it's a low 90, but it's nailing everything I expect in a whiskey that's a 90. The complexity, depth, richness, mouthfeel, it's all here.
Yeah.
The 2018, I think I gave it a 90. I probably should have given it a 91.
Agreed.
I don't like going over 90. It hurts. It's like, gosh,
for this
a special
whiskey,
bottle.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
to go that high.
For us having these for 5 or 6 straight releases or whatever, with the exception of the 2020, I feel like 90, 91, 89, that's kind of the range of this whiskey for me right now.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I really think 90, 91 is really where they should be and they need to stay. And I think if you go back to this one, different lineup of whiskeys that night, I think you're going to find yourself 90 7 times out of 10.
Yeah,
That's my gut feeling.
It's not a bad one. I'd pick other ones.
Yeah. I mean,
for the same price.
I like this one, I think, better than the 19.
Agreed.
Because the 19 to me was too Laphroaig 10
too ashy,
amped up.
Yeah, too medicinal peat smoke.
Yeah.
I'll say this: like the 19, I won't buy a second bottle of this. But 17, 18, I bought multiple bottles of those particular ones. I mean, those were the ones still, in my opinion. It sounds like you're saying the same thing. They're the ones to go for. But again, still a quality offering. If this is all the one you have, and you want to try Laphroaig in 25, it's still 97%.
Yeah, you're not
where a good one should be.
You're not missing out on not getting those other releases that we were saying are better. Really, I mean, you're not getting quite the same whiskey.
It's close,
but you're gonna know what Laphroaig 25 tastes like with this one.
Yeah, if it's anything you can trust our opinion on, it's this particular whiskey through the years.
We bought a lot of bottles and we drink it all the time.
All the time. Like we will have this whiskey all the time with friends, with whoever, mash and drum.
I mean, this is one of those bottles like if you were gonna share whiskey with somebody,
we share them,
and they like peat. This is, you have to pour one of these for them.
This is a rare bottle that you and I had multiple bottles of the same thing, and we love them, man.
Yeah, when we talk $500 whiskey or getting close to that range, there's not a lot of crossover in our collections.
No, this one was.
This is absolutely a crossover with multiple vintages.
When we were mapping out that top 5, we're like, and number 1, this, we're like, oh yeah, okay, well, good, we can move on. We know what 1 is and what 5 is. Let's work out the middle. All right, so yeah, both of us kind of the same thing on this particular one. So again, great whiskey still. Don't let our apathy kind of towards this whiskey turn you off on it. We're just spoiled when it comes to this whiskey.
Yeah,
had many of them. Anyway, do you guys have a chance to try this? Let us know what you guys think. Until next time,
happy drinking.
We'll see you then. Bye.